Visible abs are great, but having them doesn't always mean you have a strong functional core. If your core training is only focused on building your six-pack, you're missing out on the stability benefits that improve performance in lifting. For example, today I want to share with you how this weightlifting legend who's continuing to break records at age 34 trains his core. He told me he stopped doing isolated ab exercises and instead trains for core stability. This is an offset walk. He has 20 kilos or a 44-pound plate hanging off the edge of a barbell. The core has to work hard to keep the torso upright, the pelvis level, and the legs moving. A great example of the line Dr. Stuart McGill, the world's foremost expert in spine biomechanics, always says, proximal stability enhances distal athleticism and power. One trip down and back, then switch what side the weight is on.
Thinking hypertrophy-specific abs training won't have any kind of carryover. The functional core strength is such an outdated and misunderstood notion. As a matter of fact, it doesn't make any biomechanical sense. But I already addressed this exact topic a couple of months ago, so I'll just roll that clip for you guys. If you do conventional hypertrophy-specific training, if you grow muscle, if you increase the size of the contractile tissue, you'll increase its capacity for handling the force, whether that force is concentric or static. What makes you seemingly less functional compared to someone who's doing some type of functional training is just a difference in motor skill. That someone who's doing that type of functional training just knows how to perform that particular movement. But that doesn't mean your muscles are less functional. It just means you don't have the necessary neuromuscular efficiency to perform that particular task, that particular movement. But if you would actually learn that movement pattern, master the motor skill necessary for performing that specific task, under assumption you carry more muscle tissue, chances are you would outperform that someone by a long shot. And that's especially applied to core training. I know people are using core and abs interchangeably, but what core really is just a synergistic abs activation, abs working alongside other muscle groups. And considering the whole abdominal wall, which includes both rectus abdominis and obliques, has pretty much the same mechanical role, or roles, spinal flexion, spinal anti-extension, and trunk rotation, that by default means training your abs in a hypertrophy-specific fashion will have a certain degree of carryover to functional core strength. So those muscles we meatheads build in the gym aren't empty or unfunctional, we just don't know how to perform the particular movement. We just lack the necessary motor skill to perform it, which we can train for, we just choose not to. So, do you need that specific type of functional core training in your routine if you don't care about getting better at those specific exercises? No, you don't. Both hypertrophy and strength-specific training will decrease the risk of injuries and build that type of functional strength, and we have studies clearly showing it.